Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Drew Schultz, aka Mr. WTC. Then who am I with as always? Joseph Huggie, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 160. Election Day. It seems dark right now, but we're gonna bring the light. Welcome, motherfuckers. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing, man. What's up? How are you?
Good as I can be.
You struggling right now?
No, like, I mean, I am not, like, I'm not at all, like, worried yet, but other than getting text of other people being worried and talking to you pre-show being worried.
Oh, you've been getting texts from people?
Well, like, I got, like, the same text, like, from multiple people all at the same time, which was not looking good.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said that to you.
I know, but I literally, like, verbatim, my brother sent that to me, verbatim. Somebody in the group text that the garage sent that to me, and then somebody else said it in that same text. It was, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's so...
It's early.
Well, and like they said, there's some votes that won't, in like Nevada, if they get your vote by Friday, it counts. There's some states that like...
That's Vegas, baby.
I know.
I mean, that's CPT right there, you know?
So we'll see. I mean, it's for sure not looking good in Georgia and North Carolina.
Well, they already called North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess, yeah, they already called North Carolina. So
okay, but this is... Okay, all right. Pep talk, y'all. We were never going to win all 7 of the battleground states, okay? North Carolina, give it to them. They almost elected a dude who used to go on Nude Africa and, like, talk about being a black Nazi. That's the state we're dealing with.
He got, like, 37% of the vote or some shit there.
Right. All she has to do is win Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and then Omaha. That's right. Omaha, Nebraska has its own electoral vote, separate from Nebraska. And if she wins those 3 states and just holds on to all the, you know, ones she's supposed to win, and gets Omaha, that's 270 on the dot. So, you know, give them Arizona, give them Nevada, give them Georgia, give them North Carolina. If she gets those 3 in Omaha, it's over. But she doesn't even have to get all those if she peels off Georgia or Nevada or, you know, one of them.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's lots of ways. I think it's just, you know, that there's been not performing as well as she could have in certain counties, but then she's overperforming in others. It's so frustrating. I mean, I know there's like a whole career for these guys built around explaining the big boards and shit, but it's so just exhausting and goofy when you look at the maps and you look at how things are drawn, how big they are. Like, I think
the homie Poppy Chulo on the group text called him Cocaine Steve Kornacki.
Okay.
I think we could do better. We could do like Steve Cocaine Kokanaki.
Blownacki.
Corn Cracky.
Oh, that's pretty good. So, I mean, like, we probably won't know the final results of this election till like Friday. It's gonna drag the fuck on.
I mean, if that is the case, then why is everybody freaking out right now? That's what I don't get.
It's just because in some areas it's like the turnout seems lower, or there's like, now they're talking about there's a big swing. I think it was like 60% of Latino voters in Texas voted for like Ted Cruz, voted Republican. That's not surprising. How Ted Cruz still stays in office is like wild to me, but
I know
it
is incredible. But you have to look at it, or like what I saw. Obviously, like not all the vote was in, but it was like they called it when he had 4.9 million votes, and Colin Allred, the Democratic candidate, had 4 million. You know, so it's not like
oh no,
there's not Democrats out in Texas.
No, and I mean people are taking big swings at some of these guys. Like I mean, but like,
they actually started flooding money in there because they thought they had Ted Cruz on the ropes. The Democratic Party did, the DNC.
Well, I mean, if Ted Cruz is on the ropes, he's put himself there first. Like, come on.
Right, but like I'm saying, like in the last couple of weeks, they started like pumping.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
they thought it would, that he might win.
But I mean, Ted Cruz is still gonna be around, goofy as ever. But
it is insane. He's like, he doesn't even like personify anything about Texas. Like, I don't get it. Like, how can you guys not find like a fucking like cool cowboy like dude who's like ready to like fuck people up, but like you know, it's like principled. Like, you guys have
Ted but I mean, Cruz, you gotta think
fucking Cruz. Dude.
But you gotta think. I mean, with Colin Allred, they did like a guy raised by a single mom, played in the NFL. Like, I mean, he's, you know, done all these things where, you know, he's a pretty well-rounded dude, so you'd assume. But the ads in Texas are crazy. It's like, Colin Allred wants to give your cat a sex change in the back of his car. You're like, what? And it's like, I'm Ted Cruz and I approve this message. And it's like,
the ones they were doing on the ones they were doing on the trans shit with Kamala, I was losing my mind, because they'll just throw up like quotes from like newspapers, and it looks like that they're like putting up like and it doesn't anywhere. It's not Kamala saying anything, and it has nothing to do with her. It's just a newspaper headline next to her face, and it's like, what? Like, how is this legal?
Dick chopped off in prison cell. They're like, Kamala Harris wants to give every prisoner a sex change. You're like, what?
And they're like, and they're like, it's obviously like cut, like
the sentences.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, and then,
like hard cut, like hard.
And then all of a sudden, Charlemagne the God's on there, like clipped in, like he's talking shit, and I'm like, like, and it pisses me off because I think it is an effective ad if you're not paying attention, you know. If you're not like if you just just like prone to be like triggered by something like that. Oh, it's got you triggered.
Yeah, and then you gotta think all the young like crypto Reddit bros, Rumble bros. I mean, they all went out and voted. They all went out. So there's a lot of people who didn't vote last election who did. The turnout for young males under 30 is like bigger.
Where though? What numbers? We don't have any fucking like national numbers on.
Well, that's what they're saying on exit polls.
Like what? Like in fucking Kansas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we'll find out, dude. We'll find out. Like, I don't think that like the it's just defined the crypto army came out.
No, this is just what some of these talking heads are regurgitating on air. Just saying, hey, the male under 30 turnout was bigger than the female under 30 turnout for Kamala Harris. It was bigger percentage wise for Trump than it was for Kamala.
In what states?
Across the board right now, from what they're saying.
Bro, polls barely closed out here.
Oh, I don't know. Well, and they're already calling California.
Oh yeah, I know. It was the best.
That's so dumb, and it's like
because I come over
5 minutes in, they're like, and we're calling it. Polls are closed,
immediately.
It's a wrap.
1 minute in, because I know this because I come over to my parents' house to record the pod, and I was watching TV. It was 8:04, and my mom comes down, sits down. She goes, hey, they're saying like that California might not be as like a sure thing. Like she told me that the Hollywood people secretly were going to vote for Trump because of the AI taking their jobs, and then also something else. And I was like, oh, really? Because it's 8:04 and they already called California for Kamala. She's like, they did? I was like, yeah. Polls closed 4 minutes ago, Mom.
But they can start counting early there, right?
I don't know what the fucking rules are out here. But no, just I don't know. I don't know. No, because like I just heard actually the midterms took forever because took 2 weeks for California to for them to figure out who had the House or the Senate because of California. So I don't think it's typically quick out here when it comes to certain things, but it's just that overwhelming. Like, even though just like Texas has like millions of Democratic voters, there's millions of fucking Trumpers. Like, if you didn't know any better and you just like cruised with me, like on my route, like every day, you think like we were in fucking Texas, dude. It's just like massive Trump flags everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know. California is, I think, the biggest Republican state probably besides Texas, like out there. Like, it's just there's more Democrats.
Yeah. Any poker news? Anything going on in the poker world?
No, nothing exciting other than just my sheer domination.
Online.
Yeah.
Online all the time, baby.
Yeah. Oh no, I did go and get my ass kicked.
Oh, you did?
I did go live. Yeah, Cause I was thinking like I don't have any source, but I blocked it out of my memory. That's how bad this shit was.
Okay.
And like I was playing heroically, like enough for like the fact that I was alive long enough for all of this shit to happen to me. It is a testament to myself. But like early, I have Jack 8 suited, flop Jack 8, 2 pair. All 3 of the cards are hearts. Guy was in the hand with flop to flush, so that cost me a lot of money. I got pocket kings. Ace 6 comes out on the flop. Guy has trip aces. Fun side note for him, at least. Another card comes out. It's like a nothing card. Had an ace come out on the river, we would have won the jackpot, which was at $15,000, and I would have got the bad beat, so I get half of it, so it would have been $7,500. Ace didn't come out, but the guy keeps talking about it. I'm like, yeah, except for I just lost the hand, and we didn't win the jackpot. He's like sitting right next to me. I was like, stop! Like, the jackpot didn't happen, bro.
He's like, man, that would have been crazy if we hit that jackpot, man. And I just like, like sat there. Hold on, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And man, that would have been crazy. You would have won so much money.
Right. Yeah.
But you didn't. And I'm stacking your chips. Thanks, man.
Right. So that was when I had pocket kings, and then the final blow, I've got pocket aces. I raise it pre-flop like $12. I get like 4 callers, and I'm short stacked at this point, and I go all in like another $30. Get called because somebody flopped a straight, and so then I just stood up and walked away.
Damn. Yeah, but pocket rockets in your short stack,
right?
You gotta just be like, yeah.
No, I mean, there's nothing I could have done in any of these situations.
No, I know, but I mean,
I didn't lose all my chips. Like the first 2 was insane.
Yeah. Ready for therapy questions?
Yeah, I'm ready for therapy.
After what?
I said after that, I'm ready for actual therapy.
Okay, BetterHelp, dude. Yeah. I know whatever I'm like.
Start sponsoring your boys BetterHelp.
If I'm ever having like a day or like a week, just out of nowhere, be like BetterHelp. I haven't like said anything, talked about it, and I'm just like sitting there listening to some true crime fucking documentary on YouTube or some shit, and the ad that cuts in, it's like, do you need to talk to somebody before you destroy the world around you? I'm like, huh. I'm like, hey, what is this? Every time, skip.
Pretty soon, ChatGPT is gonna be like doing that to me.
What can I do? What can I do for you, Andrew?
It knows it. Yeah, now that it has the memory, so it just knows. It knows that I'm a poolman. It knows like I'm in a fantasy league with my nemesis Max. It knows too much.
I'm pretty excited because things changed. Took the season off from the pod for football, but I'm actually doing fantasy football and I haven't done it in forever. And I'm in first place in my work league. I'm just crushing people. I have Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, And then I had Deontay Johnson and Devontae Adams. They both got traded to better teams. Like, I'm crushing people. It's not even close in some of these games. And I'm in sole possession of first place, which is pretty awesome because it's a room full of Cowboys fans. So I get to sit there and talk shit. And
that's exactly like me in the Dallas League. It's all Cowboys fans, and I'm crushing everybody.
And I have Brock Bowers.
And my team name is Antifa.
Mine's...
Oh, yeah, yours is The Juice is Loose or some shit.
The Juice. It was The Glove Fits, but I felt like I needed to change it up and be a little less forceful, trying to soften the blow a little bit, and I just rolled with Juice. It's still the same OJ, immemorial of OJ picture. OJ superimposed over the clouds, which is superimposed over the Bronco chase whenever he was arrested. It's a fantastic photo. So whenever I'm beating people, I'm one of like 3 people who actually changed their like team logo. So I'm like, whenever you're playing me, it's like your team versus Juice. It's this picture of OJ Simpson. It's fantastic. Gonna get Pacheco back. We're just beasting right now.
All right. We cannot be talking about our fantasy team.
It's big. Hey, I just haven't done it in a while. This is gambling. It was good money.
Because you
good money
know,
down
all
per
I want to
person.
do is talk about my fantasy team. Like I'm biting my tongue right now.
We got Drake London.
Yeah,
like
see,
my team.
I don't want to do this.
My team's stacked. My team's rowdy stacked.
My team would beat your team.
I was sitting there watching other people lose. We had a meeting today, and I'm just like talking shit, like just like saying little comments, like, "Oh, hey man, ooh, that was crazy. You lost on that Hunt touchdown last night. That's too bad. Now you're 2 games behind me. Ooh, that's tough." And I'd be like, "Oh, sole possession in first place." I would just say that arbitrarily to people.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta be a dick. They talk shit. I mean, I pulled
I
some
agree. Like
wild rabbits out of I drafted.
My league won't even respond anymore. The Dallas League, nobody will talk shit because it's just too much for them. I put up the most points of any team ever this season. This week, I broke my own record from week 2, and I had a player on the bench, Zay Flowers, who put up 30 points. He was on the bench, and I still broke the record of points.
Every single player on my team last week scored.
Oh my God, here we go.
Scored a touchdown, and I lost Brian.
Even your kicker?
No, but I have the Texans kicker, and I have the Eagles defense.
He is the number 1 kicker. I have him.
I have the number 1 kicker, number 2 quarterback, number 1 running back.
All right, we gotta move on.
9 players. Fuck. 9 players in the top 100.
Team sucks.
Therapy question number 1. What is your biggest pet peeve? I've wanted to put this in so many times.
Talking about fantasy football on the podcast.
Oh, shut
up. It's happens to me on a daily basis.
Okay.
But it's like what do they call it? Like aversion therapy, where I just do it all the time, and I don't know. It's when I'm in like driving on the freeway and there is not actually traffic, but it feels like there is because there's like a cluster of cars because one asshole is in the fucking passing lane going like 70, and then everybody's just content behind him. And I'm like, wait, what is that? Like, and then I get around the group and I just see just endless no cars on the freeway ahead of me.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, you idiots! Like your whole life, you're sheep just in a cluster on a freeway. Meanwhile, the baby driver, I'm breaking free.
Yeah, I mean that drives me fucking insane. I think, did I talk about it on the last pod that I got my ticket dismissed? Did I talk about that? Like, I never get tickets. I got a speeding ticket. Going pretty fast. It was great. Honestly, it was a great experience because I got pulled over. Dude, super chill. I have a crack in my windshield, so I need to get it replaced. I got to take it up to Autobahn and get it replaced.
Do a little safe light?
No, it's cheaper if
I got Car Shield, bro.
No, it's cheaper if I go actually to just the dealership. If I go to Autobahn in Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Autobahn, hooking your boy up with a foreign. It's actually cheaper than doing it through my insurance. But
what is it, a Toyota?
No, it's a Volkswagen. It's nice. I'm working my way to the Audi. I figure I get in with Autobahn, get in the door. Hey, what's up? Hook me up with a car. I'll pay you, I promise. I do that. And then, then I traded in, upgrade. And I'd be like, hey, it's me again. What up? Mr. Never Late. Hook me up.
Never late, bro.
No, I'm just saying. But on my way speeding, got pulled over. I was going 54 in a 35. And he was like, I lasered you. Like, he pulls me over. I'm sitting there like shit.
That is pretty aggressive.
Well, it's this part of Dallas. It's off Midway where it used to be tiny, and now they've expanded it to this huge 4-lane road, and it's like you just want to go fast, but they need to raise the speed limit, which is funny because he writes me the ticket. It takes like 2 minutes. He's like, hey, I'm like, hey, my bad, man. He's like, I lasered you. I was like, yeah, no worries, dude. Like, you're cool. My bad. I was going a little fast. He's like, I'll be right back. And he scans my registration, but it's supposed to be on your window, and it's sitting on my dash. So I was like, yeah, man. He goes, oh, hell, fuck no, man. I wouldn't want to have to replace that thing after I stick it on there to replace your windshield. I was like, this cop gets it. Gives me my ticket. I leave. Go to court. Judge is like some crazy cool old man. Crazy ass old man. And this is in Farmers Branch. So it's like a speed trap town that's like, we're not Plano, but we wish we were. It's like right fucking there. Old dude is the judge. He calls my name. I'm first. Or I'm sorry, I'm the third person, which is wild. I'm always up front for some reason. Go up there. Motherfucker can't see me. He can't see me. I'm like 10 feet from him. And I'm standing in front of the bench. And then he's like, oh. Whew, guess my eyes aren't as good as I thought they were. And I was like, dead
What?
at. I'm not even kidding you. Then he starts talking to me, and he's just like, oh, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And we're just like chit-chatting, kind of bullshitting. And then he's like, well, what do you want to do with this ticket, man? What do you want to do? Like, I'm not even kidding you. It was the weirdest shit ever. And I was like, well, I'd like to get it dismissed and not have it on my record. I mean, I never get speeding tickets. All my stuff's good. Like I just got pulled over. He was like, where was it? I was like, it was on Midway. And he's like, oh, yeah, man. I've been getting a lot of people from Midway lately because they've expanded the road. I was like, yeah, y'all should like raise the speed limit. And he was like, they're actually talking about maybe doing that at some point. And he's like, I'm not kidding. And he goes, well, look, don't get a ticket for 90 days and I'll toss it. And I go, all right, cool. And I was like, yeah, deal. He goes, sounds good. And I go, yep. And he goes, all right, have a good day. And I just walked the fuck out of court. Crazy.
What's going on?
Well, the last time I was in court, they're like, so you were in jail. So it was super, super interesting. But it was the same shit. Somebody going super slow. And I was going to go around him, and I honked at this motherfucker, and I look in my rear view, and there's this cop on me with his lights. I was like, damn. And I was listening to Young Dolph. I was like, dude, this is not going to go well for me. So I turned the music down, put it on sports radio, and we were chill. You got to think. You got to be like, okay, like, wait, he's Dallas, put it on Cowboy Sports Radio. Because I don't know who this guy is pulling me over, but I know I'm a brother, so I got to do my part.
I it's funny. It's like I act like I'm my brother when I get pulled over. Like I turn my engine off. I roll my windows down.
You're like, yeah, what up?
No, I'm like, no. I act like I'm about to get shot for the way I look. Like,
no, I know. They're like, oh, they're like, can I see your ID? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, officer. They're like, oh, give me that. Okay, well, we'll be right back. Let me see this. Who's this guy? But my biggest pet peeve. And this is going to sound goofy. This is like 1 of 4. It's the illusion of options. I hate when people present you in a situation where it's like you have a choice, but you fucking don't. It's like if I don't have a choice, just say I don't have a choice. Don't be like, well, you could do this or, you could do that. And it's like, well, why do you even have to fucking say it like that? Obviously, I'm not going to choose this terrible situation that's not going to go well. So why would you even take the time to like explain it to me? That's fucking
passive aggressive bullshit.
It's like fucking dumb as shit that drives me up the wall. For some reason, I hate the illusion of fake options. I think my parents used to do that shit to me all the time. Maybe that's where it comes from. But man, that shit pisses me off. For some reason, it just gets under my skin. It's like patronizing. It is. I don't know why. It like alienates the fuck out of me. People are like, yeah, well, sure, we could do that, or we could go do that. I'm like, no. Like, why would you even say that?
See, you know what happens to me? I'm giving real options, and I think, and people think it's an illusion of options, and I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, I feel like that has happened to me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways you can do it sarcastically, and there's ways you could actually like try to present them as choices.
Well, I think so many people do it sarcastically that if you are presenting choices, that sometimes like you might just get lumped in with this guy's being a dick.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I could see that a little bit. And yeah, shitty drivers for sure, especially if they're texting and driving, and they're like they're sneaky. I'm
no, well, the texting, yeah, that obviously, but no, it's the zoned out or just like completely passive on the fucking freeway to a fault. Like my ex like would be like behind like an 18 wheeler going like 50 and like just not even thinking about
trying to make a move.
Yeah, just not even crossing her mind.
They're just gonna ride it out. This is what we're doing now.
Yeah,
this is where we are.
Like as if like life's just happening to you, you know, as opposed to you doing life.
Yeah, that's frustrating. I mean, I don't know if I've talked about it, but I'm worried that because baby boomers are getting bad on the road. Obviously, there's a big the greatest generation, baby boomers. All these old people are getting really bad on the road, but I don't think that they're the worst drivers like in the world right now. I think the worst driver
because Asians.
No, it's not even Asians. I hate to say it. I hate to call them out.
Allegedly,
this could be affecting the election. No, I'm just playing. But I mean, dude, I'm telling you right now, I see
the Latinos.
Nope, not even Latinas. It's the sisters, bro. It's the middle-aged sisters on their goddamn phones, driving slow as shit. And maybe that's just a Dallas thing, but oh my gosh, the amount of times and then they get mad at me because I have to go around them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you're obviously not paying attention. You're obviously on your phone or FaceTime and driving. If you have to talk and hold your phone like this while you're driving, and you're in like a nice Lexus, I guarantee you could just hook it up to the speaker.
Yeah,
I don't understand that. I do not understand that.
Also, I was thinking the other day because the truck my work truck that I had until the boss upgraded your boy. No, actually, the catalytic converter got stolen out of it, and then I just happened to get a better truck, but did not have a radio. Well, like the Bluetooth got all fucked up, so like the radio stopped working, the Bluetooth, aka the phone. So I would have to like, you know, if I was driving and needed to answer the call, like I would have to do it old school, like holding the phone. And I was thinking like, this isn't dangerous. Texting is like, because you have to like look at your phone, but like holding a phone up to your ear while you're driving, like that shouldn't even be like against the law.
And
like I think that's what we thought that was like you know, like kind of dangerous.
It was tough for our parents. everything is tough for them.
Yeah.
As they get new toys, because like when they came up with that rule, like fuck, I wasn't driving, I wasn't allowed to drive, and they were like, hey, you better not be, it's got to be hands free. Right. The amount of people drive who drive with their AirPods in, that pisses me off. AirPods
that pisses you off?
You're not supposed to wear headphones when you drive.
I'm aware of that.
That's right there, you're breaking the law.
Okay, well, guess what? Your boy is pool hopping for a living now, and I'm not taking my AirPods. Well, sometimes I do just to get them charged. But I mean, like, I'm not taking them out like for like a brief 4-minute drive.
Well, if you're in the neighborhood, don't be driving on the highway with headphones in.
I'm aware that it's against the law, but I don't think it's that big of a deal.
If you're talking on the phone,
I don't know why it pisses you off.
If you're talking, because you can't hear shit. When I'm honking at you to get the fuck out of the way.
No, I don't have noise canceling ones. On purpose. I don't want anybody creeping up on me.
I don't know. If you saw somebody driving around with some Beats headphones on, you'd be like, what is this guy doing?
That's the baby driver shit, dude.
You can't hear anything. It's dangerous.
I don't need to hear shit.
It's dangerous, bro. No. You play. My dad always told me, don't worry about your driving. Worry about the driving of everybody around you.
Head on a swivel.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm weird. I would do not text and drive. And it has voice. My car has voice to text, so I can press a button, talk to it. Some girl with an Australian accent talks back. I
You're
ask her
doing
to.
too much. You're already doing too much. And guess what? This is the time
It's
where I'm
like
not going to
Google
be
Assistant, dog. You get to pick your
like my
language.
phone is just whatever. Like I'm playing poker anyways. I can't text.
Well, I mean, I do so much with work that I have long drives, so sometimes I talk on the phone in the car, but it's just all through my car speakers. Like
Right.
that's and if it's like
Because you
super,
got a foreign from the
it,
Autobahn.
it's if it's super crazy, then sometimes I'll get the fuck off the phone. I'm like, hey, traffic's insane. I got to get off the phone. This shit's crazy. You know.
On board.
The reason why I don't text and drive is we were in high school and I was driving my old truck up Dove and I was texting T-word style. So that's crazy dangerous to be driving a single cab truck that's a stick shift while texting with T-word. Your boy had some thumb movement, let's just say, all right? And
Shout out, get them, ladies.
when doing that, I hopped up on the curb and I almost smashed into a tree head on. So I popped up on the curb and like yanked my truck back down and like maybe missed it by a foot. And after that, I was like, nah, fuck that. I can't be texting and driving. That was way too sketchy.
Same thing happened to me. I never text and drive. One time I did, and I'm on the 101, and I look up, and I'm no longer driving on the 101. I'm completely off of it, but still going 70. And there's like a cement barrier. Or it seemed like some. I don't know if it was cement, but some barrier like on the side, and I just like go right through it, and then because I had no time to turn, and then I just got back on the freeway and kept going, and so my bumper's a little messed up right now.
You just took off.
I just kept going. It just never stopped.
Somebody saw that whole shit go down
Yeah,
and was
like,
like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Like you're on.
I just act like nothing happened.
There's a video of that somewhere. There's got to be. All right, therapy question number 2. What scares you about the government?
How many dumb people get elected to office?
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty bipartisan take, too.
Hot take. Congress has like a 9% approval rating, but a 90% getting reelected rate.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I know. Everybody hates Congress except for their congressperson.
Yeah. True. That's very true. What scares me about the government, any of the conspiracies.
Of course.
If one of them ends up being true,
you just give too much. People give too much credit to like the government.
And I think it's
sometimes not enough, and then sometimes way too much.
If you can't separate, obviously, that like most of the conspiracies are bullshit. They're just like, to me, they're like, I don't know, Paul Bunyan. They're like tall tales. You know what I'm saying? They're like Cactus Jack or some shit. They're like things that don't exist. Or I'm sorry, what's his name? Pecos Bill. Boom. Pecos Bill rides a tornado. Like they're like tall tales.
Some cultural appropriation, bro.
There's John Henry. They had them all there. They had everybody from every race except for there wasn't any Asians there. They had John Henry. He was actually real. Of course, the black guy's real. So they gotta turn this real strong black guy into like, oh, he's a tall tale. That black man never existed. And then it's like, no, he totally did. And it's like, oh shit, they found out. Damn it. Yeah, conspiracy theories are just like American tall tales. They're like folklore. They're like Bigfoot. Bigfoot would be a conspiracy, but it's not. But you could turn Bigfoot into a conspiracy.
No, I think like people really think like the government's got crazy ass like fucking capabilities that we're not even aware of. Like,
I don't think that's a conspiracy that they have technology that we're unaware of.
Like that we're like obviously that we're like I'm talking about stuff that was like
because they don't announce shit
like crazy. It's like we find out what all the technology is eventually. Like they had drones, and wouldn't acknowledge that we even had those for the longest time. Like Barack Obama wouldn't even say the word drone for a while, because we didn't officially say we had them. But it's like that's the type of it's like okay, that's cool, but it's like not like alien.
We had to say that we had them at some point
No, obviously. But I'm just
Like
telling
this
you, like
motherfucker is just
it was
flying
it
out of the
was
sky. These little
it
mini planes just falling out of the sky, blowing us
was.
up, shooting shit at us,
You know,
dude.
I'm telling you, like Iran shot one down, and we wouldn't even say it was ours. So we was like, we're like, we were freaking out because it's like, fuck, they had one of our drones, but we're like, oh, it's not our drone.
Yeah.
Drone? What's a drone?
So one of the craziest conspiracies that would scare me is Project Bluebeam, which is this whole
Oh my god.
concept. Hold on, whole concept where that to get everybody to unite under one world government or new world order or whatever you want to call it, and have a universal currency that can be regulated by one government, like one world religion and whatever. We've talked about this before. There'd have to be like some existential threat. It's like something from outside of this planet coming to this planet that we would have to fight. Blah blah blah. Independence Day. So the whole concept is, what if they were to project that there was something like that going on in the sky using holograms and tricking people into following suit whenever there really is no existential crisis. So when you see like stuff like the 3D billboards and stuff like that, but using something like that, or the crazy CGI you see at hockey games, or Tupac playing at, fucking Coachella or whatever, using stuff like that, but on a massive scale to project things that look like spaceships and aliens in the sky to scare people and then get them to.
So like hardcore deep fake.
Yeah, like a hardcore deep fake in the sky using like lights and holograms. To just like, if they did that, let's say they took a big ass Independence style spaceship and projected it in the sky and it looked real as fuck and it was above Mexico City, and just left it there for 4 months, the world would lose their shit. Like, they would lose their fucking minds. Everybody would. It'd be like some sign shit. Everybody would be on the edge of their seat waiting to know what was going on. And you could send out little ships to go. You could do all sorts of shit. Whatever. You could fly jets in and make it look like you're fighting them and you chase them off. You could do anything that you fucking wanted, if that's possible. And we see some of that type of technology being used now. So that's something that has always been. That's one that's like kind of scary, because I would question it. Aliens show up, I'd be like, "Is this a hologram?"
Okay, but you have to like there's a group of people that would have to be like conspiring.
Yeah, the Illuminati.
Okay, but and they're gonna keep it under wraps.
Yeah, until it's time to unveil a project, and then it'll be like, a fake triangle spaceship thing.
And the whole point is to get a one. And what's it Blue Beam?
Project Bluebeam.
I know. Beam. Oh.
Yeah, Beam. But there's our things that are real, like Project Paperclip, where we brought a bunch of Nazi scientists over to start our NASA rocket program, and that's why we could go to space. So some of those things are like actually real and not conspiracies. But Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy, but it's about projecting aliens into the sky and freaking everybody out, so they choose to join this one world government and fight against these make-believe aliens, and then they dip, and then we've like given all of our rights away, given away all of this stuff, and now we live some in like, I don't know, like Elysium with Matt Damon style, like dystopian world.
Yeah, well, we're like a couple swing states away from that, so.
Yeah. True. Number 3, who would you want your wheelman to be in a car chase?
And I can't say myself.
Yeah, you can't say yourself.
It's got to be Tom Cruise, Days of Thunder, baby.
Okay, Tom Cruise would be good. See, Baby Driver would be great, and you already said Baby Driver.
I am the Baby Driver.
No, you're not. But Baby Driver would be good. Tom Cruise, Days of Thunder. That's a good one. That's a good roll of the dice. I might take Michael and Kit from Knight Rider, just because it'd be like 2. He'd be the getaway driver, and then the car would like talk. Also,
what about Hasselhoff?
Yeah, Hasselhoff for sure. Also, you gotta put Toretto in there. You gotta go Vin Diesel. Family.
I mean, yeah.
You could say Paul Walker, but probably not. Not now.
I like drivers who don't die in a car.
That would be good.
Dude,
Yeah, Hasselhoff though would be awesome. Also, low key underrated choice, Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget's fucking awesome. His car turns from like a crime van to a sports car. Like he's all over the place, dude. It's like a Nissan Z. He's got computers and shit. See, I want to be like in something that's high tech that's gonna make sure I'm good and have lots of shit that's gonna help me get away.
What about Ricky Bobby?
No, because I feel like he would do something reckless and start like racing somebody else while we were in the chase. So we're being chased and we're racing this guy in like a Mitsubishi 3000 GT, like 2 cars over on the highway. So I think he'd just be more danger than is worth it. Probably. I don't think that'd be the best idea.
Okay. What about Danica Patrick?
No.
Oh, why?
We just don't see eye to eye.
Because she's a woman?
Yeah. No. No, definitely not. That's not why. But probably not. Probably not. Probably not.
What about Angelina Jolie, Gone in 60 Seconds?
That's possible, but I'd take Nick Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds
Obviously.
over her. So that's where it's like, give me Nick Cage on the come down from his peak. Give me that. And she can just, I'll ride in the back seat. She can ride shoddy, dude. Like that's whatever with her white dreads, cultural appropriation.
Tell me about it, dude.
All right, final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. Do you miss mowing the lawn like you used to when you were a kid? If you had to mow the lawn.
I've never mowed a fucking lawn in
You've
my
never
life.
mowed a lawn?
No. I mean, like, I've done, like, community service, like, where I've had to, like, do, like, weed abatement and shit with, like, gnarly ass, like, stuff like that, but not with a lawnmower. No, man. This is California, dude. Like, if you're mowing
Not even
lawn,
in Texas?
you're not even allowed to mow your own lawn out here, dude.
And not even when you lived in South Lake, you never had to mow your lawn? I
I
feel like I've seen you mow your lawn in South
Fuck
Lake.
no. No, we did not own a lawnmower.
Then how did your grass get cut?
We hired landscapers, bro.
For that tiny ass yard, you hired landscapers?
Tiny.
It ain't that big. It wasn't that big.
My parents have landscapers today, and it's like the house is like a quarter of the size. You're tripping, bro.
Crazy.
We're on the corner of a cul-de-sac. We had a corner front lawn, dude. It was like a side and a front. Fucking
Yeah, you had more front. You had more. You had more
on Sheffield Court.
Yeah, you had more side yard than you had backyard. Your backyard because you had the pool. The pool took up a lot of your backyard, bro.
Nah, I had a trampoline out there. I held a concert out there. You don't even remember shit.
I do. I mowed our lawn, of course.
You know what the Iron Ape says? That like that's how he's gonna know he made it. That's his version of making it is when he has a lawn like that big enough where he can like have like the ride along like where
a ride mower. Yeah.
The ride mower.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm telling you, bro, I don't think it's gonna be as sweet as you think when you get there. I think you're gonna get over it quickly.
No, I think that.
Like I mean, like achievement, getting to that, like being able to do it.
Yeah, that'd be a sense of achievement.
For sure, but I'm saying like I don't know if you're gonna enjoy doing that all the time. It seems tedious.
Maybe. I'd be kind of down, man. I'd be kind of down. Like I kind of missed that because it was satisfying. Now I hated it when I did, but it was such a good time and it was such a challenge. And then when I got good at it, I was like, bro, this lawn looking fresh as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're like a barber for your front yard. Like, hell yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. That'd be epic. To have a yard that was big enough that I'd either need a riding lawnmower, and it'd take me like 2.5 hours to do it. So everybody leave me alone for 2.5 hours. I'm going to like listen to whatever the fuck I want to listen to.
How often do you do that? Once a week?
Yeah, that's what if it's a good lawn, yeah, we growing it out here. It's St. Augustine. It's bussing, bro. You gotta stay on top of it.
You're not on that Bermuda? You don't have the Bermuda?
Bermuda is good. We had Bermuda in our front yard and backyard, but St. Augustine's super invasive, and it's all over the place here, that if you had a yard that was just Bermuda, it'd be so hard to just keep it that way. St. Augustine's like thick, Retains a lot of moisture. It looks nice.
Oh,
Holds up to the heat. Yeah, nah, man. I'd definitely go buy a weed eater with the fucking edger extension. I could swap out. Going straight Ryobi in this bitch and get me a Honda ride. Dude, I'd be vibing. I'd just be drinking all day and cruising around and waving at people. That's it. That's the life. What up? Hey, lawn looks good. Appreciate it. Take it easy.
yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. See you at poker next week. If the wife lets you out, you know, like that'd be cool. It's like, you know, if you had kids, would you chill with your kids at the bus stop while they waited for the school bus in the morning if you had time? Fuck yeah, why wouldn't you? That'd be
If I have time, why am I not just fucking driving them?
because you want them to socialize and have a realistic school experience.
Horrific things happen on the bus, dude. Like, are you kidding?
They used to. There was no cameras. It was all he said, she said, finger pointing. Bro, wild,
like gnarly,
wild shit. I remember somebody threw a coin off of the bus, shattered somebody's windshield on the fucking road, bro. Threw it out, quarter, hit it, exploded. Pull the bus over, take it back to the school. So the principal comes out and is just like on the bus, like, who the fuck? And everyone's just like, oh.
Yeah, what? Like, you're gonna solve that one principle? You know, it's like kids.
Yeah, you gotta. But see, you gotta.
Like, what are you gonna do to the kid? Nothing.
Yeah, well, like you don't know.
You're gonna pay for it.
We don't even know which kid it was.
Exactly. Like, dude, now you're just like.
See, I didn't do goofy shit like that because they'd be like, it was a black arm. It's one of three of y'all. Stand up, get off the bus. Like, that would be real quick. So I had to be careful. I had to pick and choose my spots. If I was going to do something like that, it had to be nighttime. They'd be like, so they could say, like, we didn't even see an arm come out of the bus.
It's ghostly.
Yeah, it was like it just flew out. Nobody knows which. I don't know, left or right. I'm not sure. But if it's daytime, they'd be like, oh, yeah, it's that one in the back.
I mean, I was just always, I don't know, it's like always like fucking older douchebags, like starting shit with somebody like on the bus constantly. And it's just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Well, yeah, because they could only do so much because they were older. So there's a window in life, especially as like a boy, where you can like talk shit to pretty much anybody, and it doesn't really matter what you say. They can't really do shit to you. So if you're like 9 and you're talking shit to somebody that's like 16, like they're not going to say shit to you. They can't do anything to you. They're too old. Like, you know, if you were like 14, 15 and they hit you in the face, they'd be like, hey, don't talk shit to kids. Like, don't talk shit to the kids a grade older than you because they're going to beat your ass. But if you're in like, I mean, because there's times where it was like 5th graders who were riding on the bus at the same time as like 8th or 9th graders. And it's like, yeah, it's chaos. And you can be like, eat a dick, and they can say shit to you. They'd be like, oh my God, I just want to hit that kid so bad. And they'd yell at them, be like,
but it was always hostile.
Oh, always.
You know,
it was a war zone.
Like, yeah, it was, fuck. Real quick before the articles, I said we took a break, but went to the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard show at the Forum.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday. Best show I've ever fucking seen, dude.
Really?
Yeah. We had some leftover magic mushrooms from the Joshua tree.
Okay.
And so I took like it was like a whole mushroom, but I think it was like a gram.
Okay.
But it was awesome. They play for 3 hours, but like they have like so many songs, so many like in it. Like it was like this whole like every song like led into the other one, and it was just like in the lights and like the images and shit that they had like behind them was like so on point. It was just like a really good ass show.
Good.
Yeah. So shout out.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll be back on the field.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
And we are back. Alright. So, no, the Republicans took the Senate, what we just heard in the break. House is still up in the air. Only swing state so far decided is North Carolina for Trump. As we move along. The first topic from NBC News, article I should say. From NBC News, it was actually by the Associated Press. Headline, a leader of Mexican folk saint cult La Santa Muerta is killed at an altar to the skeletal figure. The saint, whose name means roughly holy death, is often worshipped by convicts, drug addicts, and criminals. Mexico City. A local leader of the Mexican folk saint cult La Santa Muerta was gunned down at an altar to the skeletal figure late Friday, authorities say. 2 other people were killed and 8 injured in the attack in the city of León in Guanajuato State. The saint, whose name means roughly holy death, is often worshipped by convicts, drug addicts, and criminals, along with other people who feel excluded or are experiencing difficulties in life. The saint, who is not recognized by the Roman Catholic Church, is usually depicted as a female skeleton and is supposed to protect her followers from death. But that didn't work for La Madrina Chayo, a woman considered a leader of the cult in the north-central state of Guanajuato. Prosecutors did not give her real name in keeping with Mexican law, but the nickname La Madrina Chayo was used by a faith healer also known as Chayito. She, another woman, and a boy were shot dead Friday as they prepared the annual Santa Muerta celebration. There was no immediate information on the condition of the 8 people, including 2 children wounded in the shooting attack on the street corner altar. Like Mexico's Day of the Dead holiday, the Santa Muerta is honored on November 1st and 2nd. Roman Catholic leaders in Mexico have condemned the deity's connection to violence and the illicit drug trade. Clad in a black nun's robe and holding a scythe in one hand, Santa Muerta appeals to people seeking all manner of otherworldly help, from fending off wrongdoing and carrying out vengeance to stopping lovers from cheating and landing better jobs. Others seek her protection for the drug shipments and to ward off law enforcement. While the cult may sound ominous, the annual celebrations honoring Santa Muerta are friendly affairs, with people warmly greeting fellow worshippers and offering them small gifts. For years, Guanajuato has had the highest number of homicides of any state in Mexico because of ongoing turf battles between rival drug cartels. Did you know anything about this?
No, I've known about La Santa Muerta.
Really?
Muerte, sí. Oh, sí.
You have like employees that like
no, I mean it's just
cult?
it's just a part of the cartel culture. So that's just something, because they're all pretty deeply religious and just in general, and that's just a deity that they use to protect themselves, like for criminals to protect themselves. So you can find these altars in all sorts of places, side of the roads. They're all over the fucking place. But that's normally, or especially if they raid drug dens, cartel strongholds or compounds, they find some little shrine thing to this, because it's protect them from law enforcement, protect them from death, and help, like, it's just kind of a part of the culture. It's crazy that there's a cult, and to be a leader of the cult and then to be killed at an altar for it is pretty crazy. But that's almost ironic. It's almost ironic that you were murdered.
As a pet peeve of mine, they died doing what they love, like as if it's a good thing.
Yeah, they died. Died doing what he loved.
I guarantee you, he doesn't love it anymore.
The first guy who died doing what he loved has already been born.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Some experts say.
Is that a pet peeve of yours?
Some people say.
Y'all, in case you haven't followed the inside joke here, Joseph gets really upset, like when I say that the first person to live to 150 years old has already been born. He thinks it's insane to say that.
Well,
no, it's just a fact.
They say It's like, who the fuck is they, and who are they that gets to decide if this person's already been born?
I decided, but that's your beef with it is who is this committee that
who's like
who has deemed this like the first person to land on Mars is already alive.
Yeah, it's like, who's saying that? Who's making that determination?
Elon said that.
Yeah, he's like, I have already been born. I will be the first man to walk on Mars. He'd die on the way there.
Well, he said he wanted to die there, just not on impact. Hilarious.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. No, not surprising. That crazy woman who leads a cult around a murder cartel deity is killed in front of an altar. She's setting up. Let's get the kids together, all 8 of them, and we're gonna go out there and put this shit
like a nun.
Dress like nuns and put up this skeleton nun. That's a little wild. Like, at no point was like, this is a bad idea.
I mean, I'm kind of turned on by the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. You know, I was an altar boy.
Have you seen the movie The Nun? It's pretty close.
Like, in my Catholic school boy days, had somebody hit me with the Santa Muerta shit, I would have ate that up.
They were like, Buenos tardes, Senor Schultz. You'd be like, oh.
I would have been all into it.
Father Felipe. I didn't know you celebrated holidays. No, keep an eye.
Is that a street corn on the cob in your pants, or you just happy?
Is that an elote in your pants? ¿Tú tienes un elote para un pantalones? He's like, sí, mirar. You're like, no, I don't want to look. Stop. Oh. No. No más.
Okay. Speaking of Middle East drugs. No, we weren't speaking of that, but we're about to. Next article from the Wall Street Journal by Soon Engel, Rasmussen, and Suha Mai. The Middle East drug fueling war, crime, and all-night parties, Captagon, is bringing big profits to Syria's Assad regime and Hezbollah, and it's triggering a health crisis. Amman, Jordan. Another urgent conflict in the Middle East is playing out on the border between Syria and Jordan, a war against Captagon, an amphetamine-like drug that's taken off across the region. The drug cuts across social class and borders, and it's used by taxi drivers handling late-night shifts. Is it not gonna... Okay, hold on. Let me just pull it up in Apple News. It cuts me off in the article.
Oh, okay. That cut me off, too. But that's because Wall Street's like, hey, you gotta pay me money.
Here I am, like, trying to put the actual articles in instead of the Apple News. This is good. This is good podcasting.
Dude, this is... Twitter is wild.
What do you mean?
Just like Elon Musk is like all I'm seeing on my...
Alright, well, Twitter scratch feed. That. I can't find the fucking article.
Well, that's a crazy thought, though. That.
Yeah, so Captagon, like, Sunny was my mom's hairdresser and then became my hairdresser when I was in Texas, and she was from Somalia, and she used to say that, like, there was this drug called chat that was what all the dudes were on whenever Black Hawk Down happened, whenever the Americans crashed the helicopter in Somalia, and then they had to just like kill like hundreds of Somalians who just kept coming. And she always said that she was going to give me some of it, and you know, I was like 16, and your boy's into like exploring drugs at that point, and she never did. But this Captagon shit sounds kind of like it.
The vast majority of the world's Captagon is produced in Syria, with smaller production in neighboring Lebanon. Western governments estimate the illegal trade from the pills generates billions of dollars.
Billions?
The United States, Britain, and the European Union accuse Assad, his family, and allies, including Lebanon's militant Hezbollah group, of facilitating and profiting from the trade that has given Assad's rule a massive financial lifeline at a time when the Syrian economy is crumbling, they say. The government and Hezbollah deny those allegations. The Assad regime realized that this is something they can weaponize for political gain, and that when production started being on a large scale, and that's whenever it started to become on a large scale. It's pretty crazy.
It's insane. Like, I mean, I like Assad over in Syria. I can't believe he's still fucking in charge. He's an Alawite, I believe is what they're called. It's like a type of it's a like Muslim. Um, but I don't, yeah, and I don't think he like really gives a shit. So like, I get that he's selling drugs, but like Hezbollah, it's like these, like they're like an arm of the Islamic Republic, run by the Ayatollah, who's like, like won't let like women like walk outside without like hijabs. But like these guys are like more than willing to like delve into like the drug trade. Like I just want to know how much of their own religious bullshit that they actually believe, the guys who are in charge, or are they like actual zealots, or are they just use it as like a tool?
Captagon was the brand name of a psychoactive medicine produced in the 1960s by the German company Degussa Pharma Gruppe. It was mainly prescribed as a treatment for ADD, narcolepsy, and central nervous systems, and a central nervous system stimulant. Tablets are filled with phentoline, a synthetic drug of the phenethylamine family, to which the amphetamine belongs to which amphetamine also belongs. It includes, in 1986, phentoline was included in Schedule 2 of the United States Convention on Psychotropic Substances, and most countries discontinued the use of Captagon. The International Narcotics Board said in 2011 that no country had produced phentoline since 2009.
Well, not the despot over in Syria.
So they're just like passing out fucking old school Adderall?
No, they've got to be producing it now. If it's billions.
Well, I'm saying it used to be used for ADD.
Right. And Syria's just like, fucking Assad used to be a dentist, dude. Before he became a brutal dictator.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. I was like, what? How did he come to power?
His daddy was like in power, and then like he was like kind of like it was like some sort of like his brother was like a fuck up. I don't know. He's
like a nepo dictator.
Yeah, I think his wife's American too.
That's most of the dictators now. You don't really have. I mean, I guess you could say Putin would be one. There's some. But a lot of them
Nepo dictators?
Yeah, they're Nepo dictators.
I know. I was talking to the super producer at the show, and he was trying to hype up the little dictator down in El Salvador, because he's big into Bitcoin. He's a Bitcoin truther. He's crypto pilled. But he was saying, I was like, okay, this guy's like, he was talking about how he was hyping up countries using Bitcoin. I was like, okay, it's used by the dictator down in El Salvador, who's like our age, and he's like a fucking douche. And he was like trying to like hype him up, and I was like, we kept getting like caught off guard, but I kept on trying to hit him with, he's a nepo baby. Like he got his little dictatorship because his dad used to be like in charge. It's like, but I never got to hit him with that cut.
Yeah, it's never better. The second time's never, but the next Godfather's not as good as like the original.
Right, and then watch. Trump gets elected here, dude. He's not going to give this shit up. He's going to try to give it to Uday and Hussein Trump, like Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. He's going to try to give it off, dude. Watch.
You think?
Yes. I mean, at what point has this guy like ever like acted normal?
True.
I mean, it's like, if he makes it that long, what I'm saying? Like, fuck, he's like spiraling.
Yeah. Be interesting to see.
Well, sorry about the article.
Oh, you're good. I found another one that gave us the info we needed. I added one from the BBC. This is world's first wooden paneled satellite launched into space. I thought this was cool. The world's first wooden paneled satellite has been launched into space to test the stability of timber as a renewable building material in future exploration of destinations like the moon and Mars. That's pretty cool.
Are they doing it because it's cool,
If it's possible, because it's reusable. Can we use wood as opposed to just using metal? Could this be a renewable or reusable material?
Oh, so you just want to deforest the Amazon for your little fucking satellite
To forest the planet, to forest another planet. Made by researchers in Japan, the tiny satellite weighing 900 grams is heading for the International Space Station on a SpaceX mission, and it will be released into orbit above the Earth.
It is an Elon mission. This is SpaceX.
Yeah, well, everything's attached to something.
I guess that's true. Like I guess they are the payload that gets everything into space.
Name lignosat after the Latin word for wood. Its panels have been built from a type of magnolia tree using a traditional technique without screws or glue. I mean, that's pretty cool. Wood is more durable in space than on Earth because there is no water or oxygen that would rot or inflame it. Early
or 19, termites.
Yeah, early 19. Yeah, as far as we know, early 1900s airplanes were made of wood. A wooden satellite would be feasible too. I mean, that's not a bad idea. It's interesting. It's kind of out. It seems weird because we don't think about it as being something that'd be durable enough to launch into space.
What was the priest's name?
Which priest?
That was we were just talking about with the Latin name that you made up.
What was it? White cock? What was it? It's something. I don't remember what it was.
Is that a wooden satellite in your pocket, or you just
Father Felipe?
Yeah.
Father Felipe, is that a wooden
Father Felipe? Is that a wooden
satellite in your pocket? Are you about to go to space?
Really had to work hard for that joke right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's just interesting. It's an interesting take on, like, now obviously it would have to be inside something. You can't like strap a wooden box to the side of a rocket and shoot it. So they're gonna probably like release it. So I think anything that's wooden, getting it out of the atmosphere would be difficult. Probably not coming back. I don't like its chances on re-entering the atmosphere and not like disintegrating. But that might be good.
No satellites can withstand that.
Well, I know, especially if it's made of wood.
Right, but that's not. Yeah, that's fine. But good point though on like getting it out there. So it's not. So you have to put metal around it anyways. So are you really saving?
Yeah, that's like
unless it's the same thing that you would put around another satellite.
That's like saying, "Oh, my baby's on the diving team," and it's like, no, you at swim school and you throw it in the pool every time because your kid's scared to jump in the water. If you want to call that the diving team, that's fine. But last I checked, you placed that kid in the water. It ain't diving for shit. So you couldn't like launch it into space. It would have to like ride along, hang out, and then you'd
But
be
I mean,
like,
that could be the case with any satellite.
True, but this is like on a whole nother scale because some of them might be able to withstand the elements outside. I just don't know. Now re-entering, no, but going out, I don't think they'd make it. A wooden satellite strapped to a metal rocket shooting fire everywhere. That sounds like a bad idea. Once it's in space, yeah, like they're saying, it's probably tougher or it is more durable because there's no oxygen, no water,
more durable than wood is on Earth, and it's not more durable than metal.
It's not gonna catch fire
because space is a vacuum.
Yeah, which is weird to think about.
And I still don't like. My brain doesn't know what that means.
Yeah, because in every visualization we've ever seen, like Independence Day, it's like it's like that wouldn't happen. There would be no massive explosion.
No, because that's right.
It just wouldn't happen.
Because an explosion is like, it's like what is it? It's like when you break like the sound barrier. It's like a sonic wave.
Yeah.
And that is where it's like getting away. It's like when it's going faster than gravity, or it's pulling away from gravity. And so if there's no gravity, it can't happen. Your boy. Yeah, I listen to Star Talk.
What updates do we have on this election?
Harris won't address supporters tonight. Senate Republican control. I don't know. This is gross, to be honest.
Yeah. Not looking good.
But I I still think like the math is there. This would be a great time to what we haven't mentioned is Bitcoin, the Bitcoin rally that's happening on while we've been recording. Shit is going parabolic. It's at its all-time high, 74,600.
Damn.
It's up $6,000 today. Started at 69,000. It's already almost at 75. Because they think Trump's gonna win. Crypto bros, dude. Pumping Bitcoin. Like I don't see how like Kamala was like even like how is she not like pro Bitcoin?
True. Yeah, I don't know.
Or you know what it is? It's a hedge. Trump's gonna win, and it's like the United States is fucked. Get my money in Bitcoin.
I mean, it's pretty interesting, but it's looking a little rough, man. It's just wild to me when you see this, like these areas.
Well, keep your head up, y'all.
No, I mean, we'll see what happens, but you know. But there's some that have 0% of the vote in.
Well,
and
I think we're on the enemies list. So.
Oh yeah, we're totally.
Yeah. So shout out there.
Most definitely. Ooh, Cornell West, 3,000 votes.
What a fuck up.
No, that was so dumb. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
All right, you want to close this out?
Yeah, so you got anything else that you want to discuss?
Nope.
Okay. Well, y'all just be good. Try to stay positive. Be strong. Either way, we'll just see what the fuck happens. I'm just saying, it's not. You know, I'm already wearing my Gucci Man shirt, so we'll just have to blend in for the next 4 years.
Fuck.
But we'll see what happens. It could end up being just like a stalemate in government, and they don't get shit done for 4 years, which is what I have a feeling is about to happen. And then he's just gonna start doing executive order, start doing all this crazy shit.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate you as always. Be good, be safe, and as always, go fuck yourselves.
Shout out.
Recording stopped.
Keep your head up, player.
You too, dude. Later.
Later.